is realignment yoga, of course. So I will encourage you to make your way down onto your back, settling into static back. Looking for your 90-degree hip, 90-degree knee. A little bit away from the body, palms of the hands face up. As always, as you settle, any part of you is not settling well, create a little support for that. So maybe a little something under your head, maybe something under your hands. Sometimes a little roll under your low back can feel good. So you're settled, just shifting your awareness to the feeling of the breath in the body. Each quiet inhalation, your body expands a little bit. Each quiet exhalation, body settles and lets go. Scanning the body. Noticing if you're holding tension, is it there for a reason? Let it settle. Noticing all the little muscles in your face, forehead, around your eyes. Noticing your lips, your lower jaw. Lips to soften. Bottom jaw to relax away from the top jaw. Conditions for the tongue to go quiet in the mouth. Noticing your neck this morning. Arch in the back of the neck, allowing for a softness in the throat. Feeling the air on your fingers, palms of the hands. Noticing your wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms. Noticing your shoulders this morning. Front of the shoulder, top of the shoulder, back of the shoulder. Gripping or holding or strong sensation in the shoulder joints. Can we let that go? Observing the state of your back. From the top of the shoulders to the tailbone. Your back settling level, right and left side. Noticing your hips this morning. Back of the hip, side of the hip, crease of the hip. Or any gripping or holding there. Some large muscles of your legs. What's in the front of the legs, hamstrings in the back of the legs. Always sort of your inner leg, your adductors. Noticing your knees. Lower legs. Ankles. Any sensation in your feet. Body settled, take a moment, just notice the state of the mind. Is your mind very busy? Is your mind very quiet? Following your thoughts. Allowing yourself to think. And every now and then shifting the noticing. Watching your thoughts. To feeling the breath. Quiet inhalation, body expands. Each quiet exhalation, body settles and lets go. Always, if your mind has wandered, just bringing your awareness back, noticing. We are going to begin, as we often do, with the levator stretch. So I'm going to get you to find your blocks, set them under your head. So we want the blocks high enough so that it kind of feels like your chin's dropping down to your collarbone. And you always want to check in when I move one part. So in this case, you moved your head, you changed the alignment of your neck. Did anything else change? So if I move my top, did my bottom change? So did you notice maybe a change in your back? Maybe sometimes you'll notice like your belly relaxes, something like that. So you just want to notice. And then just next 30 seconds or so, just watching yourself breathe. Today's class, the theme is rotation. So pretty much every one of your joints has a little bit of rotational ability, some more than others, like your shoulders and your hips have huge ranges of motion, whereas like your knees have less, things like that. We're gonna try and move all of your joints in a little way today. So starting here, you're in levator stretch. You're going to start at your jaw, and you're just going to open and close your mouth. Kind of the way we use our jaw most, straight up and down. And then could you draw a circle in that way? So your jaw would go forward, down, back, and around. And it is really common for your jaw to be noisy. I always wonder if you guys can hear my jaw clicking in my headphones. Now go forward, straight forward, and straight back. See how that feels. Then go a little left to right. Now your circle is going to be parallel to the floor, I guess. Forward, left, back, and right. Go the other way. It is interesting to notice as you move your jaw, if like your hands get tense or your shoulders get tense. Can you let that go a little bit? And then just open your mouth as wide as you can. And create as much tension in your face as you can. And then let that relax. Now you're going to roll your chin from shoulder to shoulder. This tiny little movement, rolling the chin from shoulder to shoulder, a little rotation at the neck or the cervical spine. As you roll your head from side to side, watch that your chin doesn't start to lift. So you still think chin down as you go from side to side. Come back through the middle, nestle your chin down, and then take the blocks out from underneath your head. Lower your head down and notice as you lower your head down if anything else changes. Then you are going to bring your arms in front of you, and your arms are just going to be shoulder width apart so that your hands are not touching, and you're going to reach. And I want you to like very deliberately reach, like reach to the left and then reach to the right. Now, I want you to put some effort into the reach, like you're actually trying to get something. But don't let the movement of your arms or the movement of your rib cage change your hips. So your pelvis kind of stays the same. Just keep reaching from side to side. So we want to feel the upper back rotating. I always, when I'm doing these sort of lateral reaches or the lateral pullovers, I always like to think about walking my rib cage away from my pelvis, like your spine is getting longer and flatter. Go one more time each side. Come through the middle and stretch your arms out so you look like a T. Stretch your fingers out, get all of your fingernails on the floor. Now we're doing a palm flip. And right now I want you to focus on it at the wrist. So you're just palm down, palm up, trying actually not to move your elbow pits. And just see what that looks and feels like. And does your right and left hand do it the same? Probably not. Now try and take it up into your elbow pits. So instead of focusing on just moving at the wrist, you're now trying to turn the whole arm from the shoulder. Just see if that's different. Next time your palms turn down, leave them there. Now you're just going to do the bottom quarter of your snow angel down to your hips and up to your shoulders. So usually this is the easiest range of motion, and that's because it's the one we use the most. Like we're pretty good at moving our arms around lower than shoulder height. Now, the next time you get to shoulder height, turn your palms, get all your fingernails on the floor, and do the top quarter of the pie, just from your shoulders up above your head. And again, you'll notice usually that's less easy. It's not true for everyone. Some people have very mobile shoulders, and it's going to feel easy for you no matter what. Now just do your full snow angel all the way up and all the way down. And what you want to notice when you're moving your arms is, can I move my arms without my back moving too much, without my ribs lifting too much? Arms come down kind of to your beginning static back position. Pause for a moment, take a breath, and notice. I'm just going to have you repeat the lateral reaches, but we're going to make them more of a lateral pullover this time. So you're going to interlace your fingers, and you can go with your natural interlace, sort of the one that makes the most sense. And you're just going to reach from left to right. And you want to notice how having your hands touch maybe changes the end result. So you want to remind yourself, a lot of what we're doing in movement class is just changing the inputs. So you have a different output and giving your body, your nervous system, different things to adapt to. So it becomes stronger and more mobile, or stays strong and mobile. All right, one more time each side. Come through the middle, let those arms relax. Take your legs up off your chair or your block. Set that aside. Stretch yourself out, lie flat. Notice how lying flat feels. Just observing. Then I'm going to have you parallel up your legs. and bring your right knee in towards your chest. So starting early with our foot circles, you're gonna hold on to the back of your thigh. We're just gonna do 20. So because we're doing 20, they're slower. 20 outward, 20 inward, 20 points and flexes. And notice at the very beginning of the class, we often do foot circles now at the end. So notice how there may be different. When you're done your first side, you're of course going to switch and do the second side. When you are done both sides, stretch your legs out and lie flat again. And hopefully you're going to notice you're a little flatter. Everything's a little heavier, maybe. Now, parallel up your legs again. Slide your right heel in. So your right knee's bent, foot's flat on the floor. Your left foot looks like a standing foot. We're gonna jump up over the knee to the hip and start sort of creating a rotation at the hip. So your foot's flexed. When we're into supine femur rotations, you turn your foot out, turn your foot in, keeping your heel on the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Rotate to neutral. Slide that left heel in. Stretch your right leg out. Second side. Turn your foot out. Turn your foot in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now rotate to neutral, slide your left leg out. Bring your right knee in. Now your right foot's going to be off the floor. So you're looking for a 90-degree right hip and a 90-degree right knee. And you imagine you have a little pencil or pen sticking out of your knee, and you're going to draw an arc from left to right. Now go slow. I want you like lots of control in the range of motion. You're just drawing an arc with your knee from left to right, keeping your pelvis still. And we're gonna use this range of motion again later with a straight leg. And so right now your hamstring is short, your IT band is short, your quads are in a different position. They're actually a little lengthened. And so you have one end result. Feels the way it does. So now instead of side to side, see if you can draw a circle with that knee. Kind of the biggest circle you can draw one way. And you're trying to Move in such a way that there isn't a clunk. Go the other way. And just notice how one direction is different than the other. Now come through the middle to your kind of neutral place. Take your right hand, put it on your right knee and push. And what'll happen is there's going to be some muscle engagement. You're going to feel your belly turn on. You're going to feel your hip flexors turn on. Probably. Maybe some work in the shoulder, the back. You might even notice that you push down more through your left side a little bit. So you're still pressing. And then you're going to stop pressing and hug that thigh in a little closer. So I'm holding the back of my thigh, not my shin. Keep your thighs still and try and draw a circle with your shin or your lower leg. Like, so if the pen was sticking out of your heel, you're drawing a big circle with your heel. So your lower leg is circling. Go one way and then the other way. We don't have a ton of rotation at the knee. Like you're going to feel the femur moving. We have a little bit. It's interesting. You might even feel this in the sole of your foot, depending on what's going on in your legs. All right, come through the middle. Take that right foot sole, put it on the floor. So my right knee is still bent. Let your right knee drop out, just coming into reclining tree pose. Getting heavy and relaxing. Breathing, noticing. And then, of course, we're going to switch sides. So you're going to pick that leg up. You're going to stretch it out. Pause for a moment between sides. Notice. And then pick up your left leg. Now you've got a pen sticking out of your left knee. And you're going to go from left to right. Far to the right and as far to the left as you can go. Noticing the difference in your right and left side. Do I have different strength and stability? Is it getting a little more symmetrical? Like, are you noticing your weak side start to get stronger or your stiffer side starting to get a little more mobile? Okay, instead of side to side, draw a circle. Biggest circle you can draw with that knee. One way. And then the other way. Now again, you're going to come through the middle. You're going to take your left hand, you're going to put it on your left knee. You're going to push. Notice, so again, some tension's going to show up. Do the lines of tension run kind of the same on this side, or does it feel vastly different? You're really pushing, you're breathing, and then you're going to stop pushing, hug that leg in a little tighter. So hands come around the thigh, you hug your knee in as close as you can. And now the pen is sticking out of your heel, and you're trying to draw a circle with your lower leg. And just notice, like I notice my left leg, my circle's a lot less circular. Got a lot of like little scribbles in it. Go the other way. And you smooth out your circle. And you're going to come through the middle. You're going to place that left foot sole down. Let your left knee drop out. Reclining tree pose. Just be heavy, relax, notice. Then you're going to pick that leg up, stretch it out, lie flat. You lie flat, you relax, you observe. And then I'm going to have you roll onto your stomach. Coming onto your stomach. Hands come around, forehead rest on your hands. Toes come together, heels drop out. Pelvis settle. Notice how your back feels about this. As always, just a little left knee bend and a windshield wiper. Little side to side. And same thing here, you can draw a circle with that lower leg. Little rotation at the knee. But it'll also affect your hip. Go the other way. Lower that down. Easily bend your other knee. Same again, first a little side to side. And then a circle. Way, and then the other way. Lower down. Pause and notice. Now roll a little bit right and hike your left knee up. So you have a 90-degree hip and a 90-degree knee. And of course, if you're working with an artificial hip, had a hip replacement, you know your hip better than I do. You know what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do. So of course you're managing that. So you're attempting to let your pelvis settle flat on the floor. And then you're going to push your left knee into the floor and your left heel should pop up. Which again is internal rotation at the hip. And lower down. So you lift up, lower down. Just see, so we're drawing a little arc again with our heel up and down. You press your knee into the floor, press your heel up, and just imagine there's like a low ceiling just above your heel. If you're trying to push into it. Breathe. And then you relax that. Now this next one may or may not even look like anything. It might not move at all. Press the inside edge of your foot into the floor as though you could lift your heel or your knee up and then relax. And it doesn't even matter if your knee moves at all. You're going to feel something happen around your hip. And then relax. Press and relax. 2 more, press and relax. Last one, press down and relax. Take a breath here and maybe you notice that you're a little flatter, a little more relaxed. And then you're going to walk that leg back. Just lie flat. Roll a little left, hike your right knee up. Lay your pelvis down flat. Get heavy. Breathe. And then again, the first movement, you press your knee into the floor and your heel pops up. A little internal rotation. And like it would not be weird if one side was way easier than the other. And like anything else, if you notice a really big difference, one side to the other, and you have foot pain on one side, or knee pain just on one side, or hip pain just on one side, something we want to be working on. And changing things just even like 5%. If things get 5% better, you're likely going to have less pain. One more time, press up, hold, breathe. You're going to lower that foot down. Now, instead of pressing up, you're going to press your foot into the floor and relax. Press down, relax. 3, 4, 5, and then you relax. Again, maybe we notice our pelvis settle a little bit more. Maybe we observe that we get a little flatter, maybe not. Take one more breath. Swing that leg back. Big toe stretch, heels wide. Let your pelvis settle. Observe. Now you're going to roll onto your back. So you're going to roll onto your back. As you roll onto your back, you're going to find your strap. Your strap is long. And you're taking the strap, putting it on the ball of your left foot. Stretch that left leg out. And pull it up. So I would love it if your knee now wasn't bent. You want to pull on the strap in such a way that your foot is like a 90-degree ankle. And then you kind of think about relaxing your heel away. And just like we did with our bent knee earlier, the leg's going to go as far to the left and as far to the right as it can go without your pelvis moving. And then could you figure out how to move your strap in such a way that you draw a circle? What does that look like? One way and then the other way. And can I figure out how to move my legs so there isn't clunking? Yes, maybe no. Now find a place where there's an interesting amount of stretch, and that can be anywhere. Doesn't have to be what I'm doing. An interesting amount of stretch and just hang out there and breathe. Bring that leg back, lower it down, relax. And then we're switching sides. So you're going to take your strap, put it around the ball of your right foot. Right leg up. Again, if you can, straight knee, but really flexed ankle. And then same thing, just a little side to side. As far to the right and as far to the left as you can go. And then circle. Biggest circle you can draw. One way and the other way. And then again, and it doesn't have to be the same on the side, find an interesting place to hold and breathe on this side. Do relax your jaw, do soften your tongue. Bring that leg back, lower it down, let go of your strap, relax, lie flat. Notice. And then any way that works for you, you're coming all the way up into standing. Whatever that looks like. You're coming up into standing. And I'm going to have you put your 2 blocks between your knees for now, just to create some feedback and a little bit of stability in the hips. Feet point straight ahead. Arms relaxed at your side. Just to find your midpoint, I'm going to have you lean forward until your feet grip to prevent you from falling over. And then you're going to lean back as far as you can lean back without hinging until you grip so you don't fall over. You're going to come into the middle. Same thing, you're going to lean right until your feet grip and you don't fall over. And then you're going to lean left. And then come back to the middle. Find the middle place, make fists with both of your hands, pick up your shoulders, draw a circle forward, down and back. And we often get really attached to doing things a certain way. So I really like doing these with weights, but maybe today we do them without. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go the other way. Go up, back, down, forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let that relax. Take your hands, set them on your chest. Now we're going to move our upper back, move our thoracic spine. So starting with flexion and extension, you're going to round your back, but notice I am not hinging my hips. I'm just rounding my upper back and tucking my chin. And then you're going to extend and look up. But again, it's not the hips, it's just your upper back. You round your back, you extend your back. Flexion and extension. Come through the middle. Instead of forward and back, we're going left to right, go side to side. And then again, adding rotation, you're going to go forward, left, back, right. Biggest circle you can draw. One way, and then the other way. Come back through the middle, let your arms relax. So while we're here, now we're going to move our eyes a little bit, because your eyes, like any other part of your body, have muscles. And like any other part of your body, usually we use our eyes looking straight down at something. And like even when you're walking outside, you're probably looking down at the ground, making sure you're not going to trip on anything. So if you can look outside of a window, please do. And try and look straight out at eye level. So first little eye muscle drill is just looking straight forward and letting your eyes soften to see as much as you can see of the room around you, whatever. And then you're just going to take your hands forward, and we do this one all the time, the peripheral vision drill. At the very bottom edge of your peripheral vision, you're going to see your little wiggly fingers. Now, some of us, like for me, for instance, my right eye actually doesn't have as good of peripheral vision as my left. So maybe my right hand's a little farther forward. And then you're just going to slowly move your arms up as high as they will go. And then down. Just keeping your little wiggly fingers on the edge of your peripheral vision. All the way down and all the way up. So we are also doing our little snow angels with our arms, but it's probably not too much of a stretch because your hands are forward, which is perfect. An eye exercise. Let those eyes be soft. Okay, now let your arms relax. Take your hands, rub them together. And then cover your eyes. Give your eyes a little break. Relax your jaw. Let that go. Now, take your hands about eye level, and just your fingers are just like on the edge of your peripheral vision, not too wide, because I don't want this to feel extraordinarily hard. You're just going to look at your right finger with both eyes and look at your left finger with both eyes, but don't move your head. You're just moving your eyeballs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look straight ahead. Now move your one hand up and one hand down. And again, they're kind of on the edge of your peripheral vision. Your chin's parallel to the floor. Look up with your eyeballs. Focus, look down. Look up, look down. Do not move your face. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let your arms relax. Look straight ahead, let your eyes soften. Just for a moment, make fists with both hands. Draw your circles with your shoulders. So go up, down, and back. Biggest, and like some of you will notice, having moved your eyes, your shoulders actually move better. Not everyone's going to notice that, but some of us will. Go one way and then go the other way. Let your hands relax. Put your hands on your sternum. We're going to move our spine again. Nervous system likes repetition. Again, you're going to round your back and extend. Flex and extend. And some of us, again, are going to notice we got a little more flexible, a little more movement in your spine. Could be the repetition, could be the eye movements. We'll never know. Come through the middle, side to side, lateral flexion. And then a circle, one way. And then the other way. Come back through the middle, let your arms relax. Take a breath. So we're going to go into a forward fold. You are going to go chin, shoulders, mid back, low back, hip hinge. Hanging as far forward as you can. You still got your blocks between your knees. Maybe the blocks help you focus on having a straighter leg. Maybe the blocks change how well your pelvis tips forward. Once you're forward, see if you can take your weight a little forward without losing your balance, a little back without losing your balance, a little left, a little right. And you'll notice just shifting your weight around changes where you feel the stretch in your back and in your hamstrings or maybe behind your knees. And you will always, if you don't think about it, if you don't try and change things, you'll always go to the path of least resistance. Take one more breath, roll yourself back up. Last thing to come up is your head. You get up to standing, set your blocks aside. Now move your feet wider than your shoulders. So maybe mat width apart if you're standing on a mat. Put your hands on your pelvis. Shift your pelvis straight side to side. So a little slide and glide. And then instead of side to side, draw a circle. And rotation at the hip. One way and then the other way. Come through the middle. Go back to parallel feet. So you still have your hands on your hips. You're going to shift your weight right. Push down through your right foot, take your left foot off the floor. And then you're going to pick that left knee up. So if you, and now this may or may not throw your balance off, so you're going to see what happens. See if you could hold on to your leg. Not going to work for everyone. We don't all have this range of motion. So see what happens. If your balance is really wonky, hold on to something. Foot circles in standing. 20 outwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now points and flexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Put that foot down. Pause for a second. Observe all the circulation in your hips. So you will notice that was a lot longer than we would normally balance for. And sometimes you are falling over, and that's okay. You just start again. But the muscles that support your pelvis are muscles of endurance. So we want to practice things that create a little bit of endurance in the hip. So you're going to shift your weight left. You're going to see you can get that right foot to come off. You're going to pick your right leg up. You're absolutely going to hold on to something if balance feels really tricky on this side. And it's outward circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Points and flexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Put that foot down. Pause for a moment. If you're not lightheaded, close your eyes. Observe. A little bit of endurance, lots of circulation around the hips. Maybe you notice that your feet feel a little different. They might not. You're going to step your feet wide, maybe a little wider than they were before. Back to your slide and glide. So that little side to side. Shifting straight side to side. And then drawing a circle one way. And then the other way. And then you are going to go to the wall or a door. And you're going to stand at the wall. You're going to go heels at the wall, calves at the wall, bum at the wall, upper back and shoulders at the wall. So we're going to take our newly circulated feet and hips. We're going to line them up against the wall and build a little strength in them. So you're going high on your toes.
What you sent.
Oh, that is not for you. Sorry, I sent it to everyone because I couldn't think fast enough to just send it to Carol. Carol's having troubles. So if you saw the message come in, it's only for Carol. And she can't hear me anyways, I don't think. So I don't know. Sorry, guys. Okay, high on your toes and down. High on your toes and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heels at the wall, calves at the wall, bum at the wall. Take those hands, curl them into your golf club grip. Knuckles by temples, thumbs point down. Elbows wide together. wide, together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let your arms relax. Leave your heels where they are. Turn your toes out. Little duck foot it. High on your toes and down. High on your toes and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay duck footed. Second set of elbow curls. Knuckles by temples, thumbs point down. Elbows wide, together. Wide, together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let your arms relax. Go pigeon-toed. Big toes touching heels wide. High on your toes and down. High on your toes and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay pigeon-toed. Last set of elbow curls. Knuckles by temples. Thumbs point down. Elbows wide, together. Wide, together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let your arms relax. Go parallel feet. Walk your feet forward. Lean on the wall. Press down through your heels. Pull the balls of your feet up. Put them down. Pull up. Put them down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step away from the wall, come back to standing. Feet are parallel, their pelvis width apart. So you are going to shift your weight into your right foot, take your left foot up off the floor. So finding your balance, we're going to work rotation in the floating leg. You're going to pick your left knee up, go out, down, and in. And then go the other way, out, up, and back. So it's like a snow angel for your hips, sort of, up and around. More time, out and up. Now, just let that leg relax. It's floating. You're going to think about doing the same thing with your standing leg. But what that looks like is you trying to draw a circle with your torso all the way around. So you're trying to move in a circle around your standing leg, which is hard. Maybe just for me. Maybe it's easy for you. Can you go the other way? And while you're doing this, all of this is really good for your feet because you will likely notice how hard your foot has to work to prevent you from falling over. Okay, stand up. Take a breath. Let that go. Second side. So you're going to shift left, pick your right leg up, and then we're trying to draw a circle with our right knee, like a half circle. One side's going to be easier than the other, of course it is. You do that a couple times. We're challenging our balance. Then you're going to see, could I draw a circle with my torso all the way around? And it will likely be harder on one side than the other. And if you figure out how to go one way, try and go the other way. If you're like, this is crap, I like Monday's class better. All right, come back to standing. If you're not lightheaded, close your eyes. You might notice your heart rate's different, your respirations are a little different. Let everything kind of settle down. Take a breath. We're just going to repeat our forward fold one last time. You're going to go chin, shoulders, mid back, low back, hip hinge, fingertips to the floor. Take your weight a little forward. Take your weight a little back. Maybe go a little side to side. Come back through the middle. Roll yourself all the way back up into standing. You get up to the top, you watch your circulation shift. And then any way that works for you, you're coming down onto your stomach. Whatever that looks like. Down onto your belly. Hands come around, forehead rests on your hands. Toes come together, heels drop out. Pelvis settle. So we are going to now sort of finish by rotating our spine. And lots of the times we do spinal twists on our back. Today we're going to kind of work with the twists from our belly. So you're going to bend your left knee, and you can do whatever you need to do with your arms so they don't feel bad. Like that, whatever that looks like doesn't matter to me. You're just going to pick up your left foot and try and bring it to the floor on the right. And then come back and switch. Bend your right knee, try and bring that right foot to the floor on the left. You're just going to slowly go from side to side. And if you can, as we often, and it'll be harder here, I suspect, but as we often do with a twist, try and move your upper body as little as possible as the lower body moves. So a little side to side. One more time each side. Then you're going to come back through the middle. Hands come around, forehead rests on your hands, toes come together, heels drop out. Let everything settle. And then you're going to widen your feet, comfortably wide. Stretch your arms out so you look like an X. Now you're trying to you're like, of course, everything's going to move, but we're moving now from the upper body. You're going to pick up your left arm and bring it back as though it could go to the floor on your right. And then switch, pick up your right arm, twist left. And like go really, especially if you have like inner ear stuff, you tend to get dizzy, nauseous, lightheaded, go really, really slow. If you don't have inner ear issues, you could go a little faster. A couple more. One more time each side. And then again, hands come around, forehead rest on your hands, toes come together, heels drop out. Settle, settle and breathe. And relax your jaw. Then any way that works for you, flip yourself onto your back. Stretch your legs out, lie flat, and notice if lying flat feels different. And then you're going to need 1 or 2 blocks. I'm going to just go with 1 because it's what I got handy. Place your foot soles on the floor. Pick your bum up, elevate your pelvis. So always we want to kind of end with a leave the body in neutral kind of exercise or posture. So you're elevating your pelvis. You're walking your rib cage away from your pelvis. Your back gets longer. You want to kind of have this feeling like the blocks are pulling your pants off. Like you could slouch a little bit. Your arms relax, your shoulders relax, let your belly relax. Breathe. Think about, and I don't ever want you to create a whole bunch of tension in this particular shape, but think about keeping your ribs still as best you can as you slide your left leg straight. And if I don't really move my ribs, some of us are going to feel more stretch across that left hip. This becomes a bit of a hip flexor stretch. Just breathing, that left foot be relaxed. Slide that foot in. Slide your right leg away. Notice if there's a difference in sensation or pull. Breathe. And then if you felt like it, just to see, stretch both legs out. It should feel kind of almost like a little back bend. Take one more breath here. Place your foot soles down. Take the block out. Set your pelvis down. Stretch your legs out. Pause for a moment. Notice. And then just one block, usually one block's enough. You're going to put that under your shoulders, under your upper back, sort of right between your shoulder blades. If lowering your head to the floor feels really gross for your neck, put a block under your head as well. Just let your arms relax. And if you have a lot of tightness across the shoulder and the chest, you could think about moving your arms up a little bit, a little higher. Just hang out here and breathe. Relax your jaw. And this is one where you want to be like, oh, my hamstrings are on the floor. I elevated my ribs and my hamstrings dropped down. If you're a person whose hamstrings don't normally come to the floor and you notice that they do here, you got some tight hip flexors that you compensate for by flaring your ribs. Take one more breath here. You could stay here. If you're like, oh, this feels lovely, you could stay here. Or you're going to take your blocks out, lower your upper back down. And then if you felt like it, you could put the block under your head for a moment. Just give your head and neck a little support. Taking a breath or two here. So we are now heading into relaxation. If you're comfortable, of course, you leave yourself alone. If you're not comfortable, make yourself comfortable, doing whatever it is that you need. Once you're comfortable and settled and warm, shift your awareness to the feeling of the breath in the body. As you settle, the breath becomes quiet. Quiet inhalation, your body expands. Quiet exhalation, body settles and lets go. The toes are relaxed. Soles of your feet are relaxed. Ankles are relaxed. Lower legs are relaxed. Knees are relaxed. Thighs are relaxed. Hips are heavy and relaxed. Low back is relaxed. Middle back is relaxed. Stomach is relaxed. Chest is relaxed. Fingers are relaxed. Palms of your hands are relaxed. Arms are heavy and relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Is long, your throat is soft. Jaw is relaxed. Space between your teeth, softness in your tongue. Lips are relaxed. In the corners, the mouth dropping back to the floor beneath you. Cheeks are relaxed. The little muscles around your eyes are relaxed. Lids resting softly. In the corners, the eyes dropping back to the floor beneath you. The forehead is smooth and relaxed. Ears are relaxed. Your mind is relaxed. Your heart is relaxed. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well, peaceful, and at ease. Be happy.